Stop talking.
Okay, so I'm on.
Yes.
Alright, guys, this is me on the human condition. Ian Fay, Billy Sunday, founder of Ovale Coffee, talking to you about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I'm gonna put my mask down a little bit just so that you can understand me and see my lips and read my lips more. No more taxes, lower taxes. And we were talking about the human condition, and we were talking about mental illness. I think two very deeply related issues. And I was talking about the overprescription of America, common theme in mental illness, tying that back to the old days. You might even say the ancient days, because this isn't in the old days. You're thinking of like the 1850s and like horse and buggy. I'm talking about ancient times before even real good records were kept, that people might have understood mental illness better, when people were living in a more tribal-based living condition. Because when you're living in a tribal living condition, everybody's a family. And I don't just mean that like metaphysically or metaphorically like people say nowadays. I mean like when you lived in a tribe, whatever, how many thousands of years ago, that was your family. All of them were your cousins, and the leader was your uncle or whatever. And so that was the time, I think, the last time that people maybe had a decent grasp on mental illness, comparing that to the coronavirus, which is something equally less understood, though I think probably a little bit more understood than mental illness. Mental illness is extremely far away from being quote-unquote solved, or however you want to say it. But coronavirus will be solved at some point in the future. It might not be this year, it might not be next year, but at least a couple of years down the road, we'll have some sort of vaccine, which most people will have taken, even though people here don't like to do vaccinations. Everybody's like an anti-vaxxer this, anti-vaxxer that. And personally, I myself might wait for a few rounds to go get one before I run out to the government's open arms. But I will at some point. And we understand that a little bit better. I think the main reason why we don't understand it is because we want everything to be fixed so fast. Everybody wants there just to be like, snap your fingers, and then all of a sudden coronavirus is gone. But it's not. It's going to take time. And that was related to mental illness, which was related in general to the larger human condition, which is the point of this video.
Do you want to talk about Matt too?
And in terms of the human condition, I had a human who had a condition, and he actually passed away. I didn't have the human. That sounds kind of like, I'm a stalker, and I got him tied up in my basement. But he's he's gone. He was an associate of mine, a close associate, and he suffered from mental illness, and his heart stopped in his sleep, and he passed away peacefully. God bless. His name was Matt. And in terms of the human condition, I mean, it's difficult to see a better example of the human condition, because he was so rife with illusion, you might say, which I think is really the human condition, especially in this part of the world, is illusion, a very deep-set illusion of this will make it better. Oh, if I just get this, it will be better. If I could just have a little bit more, it'll be better. But somewhere deep down inside, that's not true. It's not just get a little more and then, I'll be better. Because if you aren't good without it, having it isn't going to change anything. It can't change you, whatever it is for you. And that's something else I could go into as well. But we're talking about the human condition, which is a very existential topic. The human condition, from the point of view of Sartre, maybe, is hunger. And this isn't something that I subscribe to, because really for me the human condition isn't that important. The human condition is a condition of self, a condition of greed. What we need is the human relationship, because humans don't exist per se in a condition. You aren't conditioned. You don't have a condition. What condition is my condition? There's no condition. You exist in a relationship with whoever. And that is the human condition. But in a classical existential example, you would say the hunger of life, and that the human condition is moving closer or farther away from hunger, and that we look at our relationships and our every day-to-day economics as something to safeguard us from the hunger. That would be in the classical sense, the human condition. But for me, I just don't buy it. It just doesn't make sense to me that it's all about being hungry, because I had my Willoughby's today and a little Bruegger's bagel. But yeah, got my little wrapper right here. But I'm still out there looking for it, and if you find it, let me know. Alright everybody, this has been Billy Sunday. Have a good afternoon.